Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you some of the meals and snacks that I use to feed my children. One of the biggest things you have as a mom is, what do I feed the children? So here I hope you just get some ideas on what I do with my kids and some of the meals that I whip up for them. If you're new here, I'm Carolina. I live in Montana and I do a lot of home cooking, pantry cooking, food bank hauls, and a little bit of homesteading on my channel. If that's the kind of content you're into, I hope you would consider subscribing. We'd love to have you a part of the family. I just want to stop a moment and thank all of my new subscribers. I am past 3,500 and I'm just blown away, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me and my family when we're just trying to survive it in this crazy, expensive world. And I'm so glad that you guys are here and that I can give you some ideas on what you can do for cheap meals. So thank you for being here. I am truly humbled by your presence and your comments and just that you guys have so much support for me and just I'm blown away. Thank you. So let's get into it and I'll show you some of the meals that I make for my kids. Hey everybody. For this meal, I have a couple ingredients that I'm just trying to use up. One of them is some corn cob stock. This is actually a lid that I have reused and it did not seal. And I know that it didn't seal the last time I reused it, but I forgot to mark it. So I used it again, didn't seal again. So I'm for sure marking this. I'm just gonna write, I don't know, I haven't really come up with a system for ones that don't seal yet. A lot of my lids will still seal again when I reuse them. But I'll write like an S, no seal, or something on it. So I know that I can only use it for dry good. But I got some gorgeous cob stock. So we're going to use this. I got a bag of couscous. I've actually never cooked couscous. Got that hack in the background. It's because my kids are sick. So that's what kind of inspired this lunch. I'm gonna be making some couscous. I'm gonna be making some couscous. Some couscous. And then I still have some shredded chicken I'm going to use up and just some mixed veggies and kind of just make like a little chicken broth, but with corn, so it'll be a little sweeter. So let's get into it and I'll just show you how to throw this together real quick. Like I said, guys, I've never made couscous before and I've heard you boil it just like pasta. I mean, I probably should have looked that up first, but that's okay. I'm just gonna start with 1 quart of my corn cob stock. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do first is just let this come up to a boil and then we'll add some couscous and kind of, well, I'll probably add the couscous, let that cook for a little bit, and then I'll add in the other 2 ingredients. To this broth, I'm going to add just a little bit of poultry seasoning because I'm kind of going for a chicken noodle themed. And then I have just some ground pepper here. And then I do not salt my broths, so I'm going to throw some salt in here. Now we also want this pretty salty, not only for the broth, but it's also going to cook that couscous and infuse it with flavor. And our stock is about to come up to a boil. I'm going to go ahead and taste it just to make sure I like the flavor of it before we go any further. Oh yeah. That poultry seasoning really adds a good flavor if you're not using chicken broth or chicken stock. Now, I don't even know how much couscous. I can't imagine these are going to be getting much bigger. Might just do, let's see, a cup. How does that look? Looks pretty good. So I'm going to put a cup of couscous in there then, and we'll let that cook for a few minutes. All right, I'm going to test this couscous. Oh, it tastes good. It's nice and chewy without being overdone. So I'm just going to add in all that leftover chicken I had. And then just some frozen veggies. To add some veggies in there. I love these little packs. They're only like $1 or so at Winco. And you can add them, they can stretch pretty far. And they add a good pop of color and nutrients to a lot of dishes. And then whenever I open the bag, I like to cut all the way across the top and then use that paper to tie it. So you just take it and twist it, and then you would just tie it like you would a shoe, It's a little easier when you're not down a thumb. There you go. Nice and tight. Put in the freezer. All right, this has just been going for a couple minutes. So just wanting that chicken and those veggies to warm up a bit. Nothing too hot. Probably just turn it off. Oh yeah. Give it a taste, adjust any seasonings, but that's pretty spot on. So that's what I'm gonna serve my sick kiddos for lunch. I'm also gonna throw in some crackers because these crackers has grape jelly melted all over the side of it. So I'm looking to get rid of this packet of crackers out of my kitchen. So I'm just gonna serve it with lunch. Today, it is a beautiful day here in Montana, and we just went for a walk, and we came home, and the kids are hungry. Go figure. So I'm just going to be putting together one of our favorite snacks that I like to do, especially when they're hungry and they need it now. This is a good combination. So what we like to do are smoothies and popcorns. And yes, there's not one without the other. So I'm going to show you kind of just a quick snack that I make for my kids that fills them up, and that gives me some time to get some stuff done. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my popcorn started. For our popcorn, we use this Stir Crazy popcorn, automatic popcorn machine. This just pops off, so it's for easy cleaning because the kernels can get stuck in there. And then, hold on, let me figure out how it goes. This is usually Nigel's husband. But I got it. I don't need no man. I got it. Oh, nope, I don't. Dang it. Maybe the 6-year-old can figure it out. They're smart, right? I got it. Alright, so you do that. That goes around. I like to use coconut oil as my base. I don't cook with coconut oil very much or use it very often. But I do like the flavor that it puts in the popcorn. And I was gifted a big old thing of coconut oil, so that's what I used it up, and I determined I liked it. And then I'm going to add some of our popcorn. Guys, I don't even measure, and it gets me in trouble all the time. Sometimes it's not enough, sometimes it's too much. But that's all you do. And then you put the lid on it. You turn it on. Guys, I found this thing for $5 at Goodwill. Like, score. Alright guys, and for the smoothies, I have this big thing of almond milk that I'm trying to go through. I don't ever use almond milk or buy it, but I got this at the food bank, so I want to use it. Smells, I don't know, normal I guess. So I'm just going to do like a cup. I'm trying to make this enough for 3 kids, plus there's always 1 or 2 who want extra. I like to put my liquid down first for my smoothies. And then I have some Tillamook vanilla bean yogurt. This is my husband's favorite. I told him it's because it's full of sugar why he likes it so much. Because I like Greek yogurt. Well, he's like, well, yeah, but I like it. Alright, so I got yogurt in there. And then for my goodies, I have this thing of pineapple I need to use up. So I'm just going to put all of that in there. And then I have some frozen mango that I chopped up. Kind of making this kind of like a sunrise smoothie themed, you know. So we're gonna put that in there. And then I have 1 frozen banana. Put that in there. Now I'm not gonna add any more ice because it has that frozen banana and the frozen mango. And then I have some flax seeds. Trying to squeeze in any extra protein into my kids I can. So I usually put a couple of, like probably a tablespoon, if not a little more, of flax seeds and chia seeds. My Vitamix blends them up beautifully, and it's a good way to get the extra protein. And then I have some honey here, but with the sweetness of the fruit and the sweetness of the yogurt, I'm going to leave it as is and then taste it. I always like to keep my liquid handy because I always seem to put too much frozen stuff in there. But let's give this a try. Oh, actually mine has a smoothie button. not yet. Let's take it, give it a taste. Oh, that tastes fantastic. The kids will like it. Have you guys seen those cups with the lids on them? Those glass cups. I see one. Do you see any others? Alright guys, as soon as it starts, you can hear the popping stop. That's when I turn it off. I flip it over, pull this off. So I like to use my iodized salt for this. You gotta sprinkle it on there while it's still hot so it will stick. Look at that. Look at all those different colors. That's why it's so fun to get the tricolor. It's our designated popcorn bowl. Holy moly, guys, I hardly ever get straight amount. I mean, look at that, totally perfect, just like always. Yeah, because I'm perfect. Yeah. And I like to use these ball lids that fit perfect on a regular size pint cup. They also fit on a regular size quart as well. These have been dropped several times. You can see this one's kind of cracked. Got it cracked here. So they've been cracked before, but they still work great. So this is what we do a lot of our cold drinks in there, and then we, shoot. And then we have some reusable straws. All right, so it's snack time for the kids and chore time for mom. Take a smoothie. Conrad. Here, Conrad, why don't you carry your brother's smoothie since he's got the popcorn?
Oh. Who's my smoothie? This one?
Yep.
That is mine. No, this was mine.
Hey guys, I'm going to do another smoothie. Today's request has been blueberry. Now normally frozen blueberries would work great, but I happen to have a little bit of this canned blueberry left over from my applesauce. So I'm going to use this up instead and then just add some ice. So once again, trying to use up this almond milk. I'm gonna do about 2 cups, I would say, for my 3 kids. And then some vanilla yogurt. This one's a sweeter variety, so we don't have to worry about adding too much extra sugar. I have 1 frozen banana. That'll add some creaminess to it. I like to add flax seeds and chia seeds to mine to squeeze in a little bit of extra protein. I just do a couple of tablespoons full in there. My Vitamix is good at grinding it up. All right, and then the blueberries. This also has a sweet brine to it. Make sure to get all those blueberries. And then some of the juice. Shoot, I'm just gonna use all of it, guys, honestly. Get it out of my fridge. Get it used up. All right, and then I have some honey in case it's not sweet enough, but I'm thinking with all that blueberry it will be. And then I just have a cup of ice. I'm gonna add that to it. And we'll see how she turns out. Really, it's just kind of an experiment. Smoothies are really good about just using what you have on hand. I'm gonna use my smoothie button and let her go. Alright, I'm gonna taste it, make sure it tastes okay, it's cold enough, that kind of thing. Oh, that's good, guys. Sold. I probably could have added more ice to make it more slushy, but that's okay. I like blueberry milk. Kids won't mind, and it's got tons of protein with those extra flax seeds and chia seeds in there. For tonight's dinner, I'm going to be using these Cupo ramens and breaking this down and just making like a simple noodle dish with those, some mixed veggies, a can of chicken, and I got a little bit of soy sauce left. So that's what's for dinner. Just because they come in these cups doesn't mean they have to stay in these cups. You know, you don't have to use these as soup. You can use these just as regular ramen. They are a little tricky to get out. Sometimes I gotta tear apart the container. Hey. Get out of here. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. So I got all 3 of those in there. I just have a smidgen of water because I don't want too much broth. So we're gonna let those cook. I'm gonna open up this can of chicken breast and then drain it. Okay, once it gets to the point where it's all broken up and disassembled and kind of loosened up, that's when I add my frozen veggies. And add my chicken as well. Let that all heat up. Okay, so that's all cooked. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna add like a knob of butter just to make that a little creamier. And then I'm also gonna add the last of my soy sauce. If you save those little packets of soy sauce, if you ever get Chinese food, that would be good to use too. And that is a nice yummy dinner made from everyday ingredients in your pantry. Let's get our noodle on. For lunch today for the kiddos, I'm going to be utilizing some of these just boxes of mac and cheese. And then I'm going to add some tomato soup to it and some of this cooked hamburger I have. So all I'm going to do for the mac and cheese is just cook it like normal. And then we'll mix in all the goodies. Alright, so I just drained this. I'm gonna add in some butter, and then I have some home canned milk. I'm trying to use up this quart. This would also work with like evaporated milk, regular milk, the shelf stable milk you get. Really, any milk works. Get the cheese in there. My husband always complains I make my mac and cheese too dry, so let's see. It's like, I don't know, I don't like runny mac and cheese. But you also need a good chunk of milk to get that cheese dissolved and smoothed around. Okay, then we're gonna add our can of tomato soup. Alright, soup added, and then some of this ground beef. Mix it up, see how it looks. Now this ground beef was cold when I put that in there, so I'm gonna let it sit, put a lid on it, and we'll let that heat up for a bit while we make some sides. Alright, so I'm just microwaving some frozen peas here. I put a glob of butter on there. Let's put it in for a little longer. And then I have some home canned pears that I did last year, almost a year to the date. This is in a vanilla brine. I got allspice, cinnamon, and star anise, and star anise. Yes, in here. So let's get this opened. I always like to find where the shortest between the lid and this rim is. Get your spoon in there. Twist it up. Yeah. Alright, and that's it, guys. That's what the kiddos are having for lunch. And there you are, just a couple of different meals and some snacks that I fixed for my kids. The whole noodles, chicken, and veggies can be very versatile. You can make several different types of dishes from those, as you can see with mine, just by switching up a few simple ingredients. We do smoothies a lot. Of course, there's always fighting, right? That's mine. I want the blue star. It's the same smoothie, but I want that one. Mom life, right? Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's.